All right, good afternoon and welcome out to Greenville Christian Academy, where we're getting ready for the varsity Knights of baseball as they take on the Hilltop Christian from Fuquay Arena. Game was supposed to be played in Fuquay Arena, but due to field conditions, we have moved it to GCA's home campus here. We're going to give you the starting lineup as we get going here, as Ethan is taking his warm-up pitches here. And we welcome everybody watching in from Hilltop. We've got some QR codes up here, so if you want to be able to watch the streams, you're welcome to do so. Just going to have to get those scanned. You can follow us here on Two Dad Sports Network here on YouTube. And working with some new equipment, so if we have some bugs, we're trying to work those out. And we're getting ready to get going here. We will have the coach of the middle school Knights here with us in a little bit. That's going to do an interview with us sometime mid-game as soon as they get done with practice. They're practicing behind us right now. Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to get things started here, so we'll take this off. There we go. All right. First pitch coming down the pipe. Number 21 steps in for Hilltop as Ethan comes set. Pitch down. Swing and a miss for strike one. 0-1's your count. Ethan Parker, a righty. Facing a left-handed batter, number 21 here for Hilltop. The 0-1 offer. Swing and a miss, strike two. Number 21, Angel steps in from the left side with an 0-2 count. The pitch home. Misses low and away for a ball. That'll bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Angel steps back in. The 1-2 offer from Ethan. That'll catch the outside corner for strike three looking. 1 away. Let's give you a defensive lineup. Parker starts on the mound. His battery mate behind the plate is Friend. Moving third to first. Woods at third. Suggs at shortstop. Brown, a lefty, at second. Go figure. And Dale at first. Moving left to right in the outfield. Longan is at left field. Edwards in center. And Jackson Heath in right. That pitch in there for a strike. The righty-righty matchup this time. Walker steps up to the plate. Pitch in, misses a little low on the inside corner. That'll bring things even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, welcome everybody into the broadcast here in Greenville at GCA. He fouls that one off towards the Hilltop dugout. That'll bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Very cold, windy day here. Wind, as you can see on the graphic, is 12.7 miles an hour. The 1-2 offer. Breaking ball misses inside. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 away here in the top of the first. Number 13, Walker steps back in from the right side. Righty-righty matchup here. Parker looks in, gets his sign, comes set for the 2-2 offer. That'll go right down the pipe for strike three. So back-to-back strikeouts for Parker. And that's pitch number 9. 9 pitches in, 2 outs. That brings up number 23, Heel, as he'll step into the box from the right side. Hill steps in from the right side. Parker gets a new baseball and toes the rubber. He'll look into Friend, get his sign. He's got what he likes. Pitch home. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. 0-1's the count. Two-way here at the top of the first. As Parker looks in, has got his sign, come set. The 0-1 offer. And that one's reached up and hit. Driving attempt by Suggs. That'll get into the outfield to Edwards. And they'll have their first base runner with a single. Puts a runner at first with 2 away. That'll bring up number 16 for Hilltop. Smith will step in from the right side, look down, get his sign from his coach. Runner gets his lead at first. Runner with a standard lead at first. Parker comes set. Checks the runner, comes set, delivers home. That'll miss high. That'll send the runner back to first. 1-0's the count. The 1-0 offer coming. Pick attempt, and they got him dead to rights at first. Nice pickoff by Parker over to Dale at first for out number 3. So that'll go to Connor Dale at first. We'll tag them with the outs, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. You're watching Knights Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back to GCA here in Greenville as we go to the bottom of the first. Leading things off, number 2, Braden Friend steps into the box. A righty-righty matchup here for the Hilltop. He looks in and gets his sign. Comes set and delivers. First pitch misses low for a ball. 1-0's the count. Number 10, Daniel Edwards, awaits on deck as Friend steps back in. Pitcher looks in, the 1-0 offer. Swing and a miss, healthy cut from Friend as he was swinging for the fence there. Little slower pitcher. As that is Angel towing the rubber for Hilltop. Breaking ball just misses low below the knees. That'll bring the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Those of you following with us, we do have a pitch gun radar. I don't have it hooked up today. We'll try to get that on further down the line. Number 21 looks in, gets his sign, comes set. The 2-1 offer. Pump to number 6, shortstop, throws across the field and got him. So the 6-3 put out. 4 out, number 1. That'll bring up number 10, Daniel Edwards. He'll step in from the left side. Edwards was swinging a strong bat. Looks down the third base line, gets his sign from Coach Craddy as he steps in. Righty-lefty matchup this time. And Angel comes set. The pitch home. Got under that one, pops it up. It's going to go foul and out of play. That'll bring you count. No balls, 1 strike. Edwards steps back in from the left side. Angel comes set. The 0-1. That'll catch the outside corner. Nice little break to it. Had a slow run to it. That'll drop in there for a strike. 0-2's the count. Angel's got his sign he likes from Hill behind the plate. The 0-2. That'll miss outside for a ball. Not a bad pitch. Trying to see if he chased. He laid off of it. 1-2's your count. Angel comes set for Hilltop. The pitch home. And Daniel puts a right into it, into right center. That'll drop for a base hit. He's going to try to stretch it to 2. That'll roll to the fence. And he's going 3. The throw in misses the cutoff, and that'll be a stand-up triple for Daniel Edwards. So that'll put the Knights' first runner in scoring position with number 3, Ethan Parker, stepping up to the plate. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Parker will step in from the right side. Another righty-righty matchup here. Angel looks in to Hill, his battery mate, behind the plate. Angel comes set and delivers and fouls that back to the fence for a 0-1 count. Defensively for the Hilltop, moving third to first. Walker's at third, Smith at short, McCabe at second, Jay McCabe at first. Left to right, you got Parker out and left, Sanders in center, and Flisher in right. Angel comes set, the 0-1 offer. Breaking ball comes in behind him. That'll even the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker steps in. Daniels dancing off of third. And the pitch home. Got under that one, popped it up into left field. Tailing foul third. Left fielder's on the run. That'll drop foul and bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's in Edward back to third as Parker's going to step back in. Wind is blowing right across the field from right to left. And at 12 miles an hour, doesn't take much for it to carry when it gets that high. The 1-2 offer from Angel. That'll miss letter high. That'll bring the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Number 11, Connor Dale, awaits on deck. And the 2-2 offer. Got under that one. That'll send Smith running back to make the grab, and he will. Daniel thought about tagging up, but he'll go back. 2 away. So Edwards thought about tagging up, but didn't have enough room to do so as Smith caught it just in the grass behind the shortstop. Position number 11, Connor Dale steps into the box. He'll step in from the right side as Angel's still towing the rubber for the Hilltops. Looks into Hill, gets his sign, comes set. Pitch home. Right down the pipe for a strike. 0-1's the count. Your Knights hoping to push Edwards across to take an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Still no score as we sit. Angel shakes off his first sign, gets his second, comes set for the 0-1 offer. Pitch home. And Dale puts a right into it. It'll go foul out of play down the third base line. That'll bring the count 0-2. Tail steps back in. Number 7, Alex Wood, awaits on deck. Angel looks in, has got a sign, checks Edwards at third, comes set, pitches, and that'll come down the pipe. He will go down looking at strike 3. Still no score. We go to the top of the second here at Greenville Christian Academy. You're watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, baseball fans, welcome back to GCA Field. I guess that's what we call it. That's what we're going to call it today, GCA Field. All right, number 16 steps in for Hilltop. Parker still towing the rubber for the Knights. We have a righty-righty matchup here. And time on the field for an equipment malfunction for the catcher. Parker comes set, pitch home. First pitch misses high for a ball, 1-0's the count. The 1-0 offer. That one misses below the letters for a strike. That'll even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. And this is Smith up to bat, number 16 for Hilltop. That catches the knees. Brings the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith, the leadoff batter for Hilltop here in the top of the second. The 1-2 offer. Breaking ball misses behind him. That'll even the count, 2-2. Smith steps back in. Smith, leadoff batter. Parker gets his sign from friend behind the plate and the pitch home. And that'll hit the plate, hit the umpire. And that'll bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a very, very windy 50 degrees here. Wind showing 12 miles an hour. Pitch home. And that'll miss high and put him on for a walk. So Parker gives up his first walk of the day. Put the leadoff runner at first. That's going to bring up number 11, McCabe, to the plate. Smith gets his lead at first. Parker comes set, checks the runner, pitch home. Swing and a miss for a strike. 0-1's the count. The 0-1 offer. Runner with a hefty leadoff, and that'll get another strike in there. Right down the pipe, a quick 0-2 count. Knights looking for their first out of the inning. Smith over at first is getting a sizable lead over there. And he'll step off. That'll move Smith back. No throw. Parker delivers the 0-2. That'll miss in the dirt. Good stop by Friend at the plate. That keeps Smith at first. Bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker delivers. Pops it up. Eli's going to call everybody off. He'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. So with 1 away, that'll bring up number 34, Parker, as he steps in. First pitch misses, gets past Friend. That'll send the runner to second. One ball, no strikes, 1 away. Runner in scoring position for Hilltop. Parker looks in, gets a sign. The pitch home. That'll miss low and in the dirt. 4 ball, 2. The 2-0. And misses in the dirt again. That's 3 straight balls for Parker. Got to imagine the cold weather's having a lot to do with it, trying to keep those arms warm. That'll miss 4 straight balls. That puts runners at first and second. 1 away here in the top of the second. That'll send Braden out to have a talk with Ethan, make sure they're on the same page together. That brings up number 5 for Hilltop. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0's the count. Pitch home. That's ball 2. Runners get their leads at first and second. You got Smith at second, Parker at first. This is Flesher here. That'll be the first strike as it comes in, pops out of the mitt of Friend behind the plate. And that's 2 balls, 1 strike. Parker looks to dial in here. In there for strike 2. He's found his zone. That's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 from Parker. Swing and a miss. 4 out, number 2. So that'll retire 2 with 2 on base. And that's going to bring up number 4, another McCabe. I imagine they're brothers. He'll step in from the left side. So you'll have a righty-lefty matchup here. First pitch, catch it outside corner for a strike. 0-1's the count. McCabe steps back in. Parker looks in. He's got his sign. Misses just letter high. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith will step off the bag at second. Parker at first as they get their leads. The 1-1 offer from Parker. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McCabe steps back in. The 1-2. And he'll go down swinging. So Hilltops leaves 2 stranded. No score as we go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Knights baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to GCA. We're getting ready to get started. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score here. Hilltop playing GCA Knights here at home in Greenville. Leading things off for the Knights, number 7, Alex Wood will step into the box. He'll step in from the right side. Righty-righty matchup here as the pitcher looks in, gets a sign. And the pitch home. Swing and a miss for strike one. Pitcher for Hilltop throwing a little slower than what some of these Knights are used to seeing, so their timing is a bit off, having to adjust for that. The 0-1. That's in there at the knees for strike two. Just did cut across the strike zone there before the bottom fell out of it. But Wood finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole. Leadoff batter here for the Knights in the bottom of the second. The 0-2 offer. And he'll go down looking on 3 straight pitches. And that'll bring up number 9, Gabe Lagenberger, as he'll step into the box also from the right side. Eli Suggs awaits on deck, trying to get these bats working. Top of the first was Daniel was able to get a triple, get into scoring position, couldn't get pushed across. Pitch home. In there for a strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1's the count. Angel looks in, gets his sign, and he shows bunt, goes around for it for a strike. 0-2 is the count now. Again, Eli Suggs waits on deck. Jackson Heath is in the hole, and not sure what's going on there. Third baseman will go back to his spot. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, nobody on. Gabe looking to be the leadoff base runner here. The 0-2 offer. And he'll go down, drop third, and he's already out of the base pass, so that'll be out number 2. So that's going to bring up number 14, Eli Suggs. He's going to step in from the right side as well. Nobody on, 2 away here in the bottom of the second. GCA looking to get something started here. Suggs steps in. Angel looks into heel to get his sign. Number 4, Jackson Heath waits on deck. And the pitch home. Swing and a miss as he pulled himself out for that one. That'll make it a 0-1 count. Suggs steps back in. Angel's got his sign. He comes set and delivers. And foul tips it back. That'll find himself in an 0-2 hole. 2 away here, nobody on, 0-2 count. Eli will step back in. Looking to get the bats rolling here. Angel's got a sign from Hill. He comes set, the 0-2 offer. And Eli goes down swinging. No hits, no runs, no errors. We go to the top of the third. Still no score here in Greenville. You're watching Knights baseball on the Two Dads Sports Network. All right, welcome back to Greenville as we get started. We're going to the top of the third. Still no score here in Greenville. Number 20 steps in. Ethan Parker still towing the rubber for the Knights. First pitch in. Misses letter high for a strike. For a ball, excuse me. 1-0's the count. That'll miss low and away. Kicks away from Friend behind the plate. That'll make the count. 2 balls, no strikes. This is Sanders, number 20 for Hilltop Christian, stepping into the box to lead things off here in the top of the third. 2-0 count so far. Next pitch off the glove. That misses high for a ball. 3-0's the count. And the 3-0. That'll miss high again for ball 4. So Sanders will trot down to first and give Hilltop a leadoff runner here as we'll have time on the field. And looks like we're going to make a pitching change here. Trying to see what we got going here. Making some defensive changes here. It looks like we'll send Mason Brown to center field. And they're going to bring Daniel in to tow the rubber and pitch. So we're going to step aside, let him get his warm-up tosses in. We'll be back with you. You're watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back in. We got a new pitcher in. Number 10, Daniel Edwards comes in to tow the rubber. Parker goes behind the plate. That'll send a Friend from behind the plate to second. Mason Brown will go out to center. Runner at first, nobody out. Number 21, Angel will step in from the left side. He's going to show bunt, pull back. That'll miss just outside for a ball. 1-0's the count. Angel steps back in, trying to get his runner across. That'll miss high for a ball. 2-0. Edwards comes in from center field to tow the rubber, so it's going to take him some time to warm up, especially with how cold it is out here today, and the wind kicking from right to left. Pick off temp over to first. He makes it back in plenty of time. Sun setting as you start to see the shadows cast across the field from right to left. Pitch home. That'll miss low. Good stop by Parker. Throw down to second to Eli. Did he get him? No. Oh, that was Braden. Excuse me. They have it wrong on the game changer here that I'm paying attention to. So that was Braden that put the tag on. The 3-0. That'll miss. That'll put a runner at first, so no harm done, as that'll put runners at first and second, nobody out. A little deja vu from the top of the second here. And that's going to bring up Walker, number 13 for Hilltop Christian, as he'll step into the box with runners on. They've got one runner in scoring position here. Walker steps in, first pitch, and that's going to hit him. And that'll get him right in the top of the thigh. And that's going to load the bases. Sanders at third, Angel at second, and Walker at first for Hilltop Christian, with your catcher, number 23, Hill, stepping up to the plate. Lefty-righty matchup here. Edwards looks in, has got his sign to come set. First pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. 0-1's the count. The 0-1 offer. And they're going to say it got him on the arm. That'll be another hit by pitch. That's going to walk in a run. And Hilltop takes the early lead, 1-0, nobody out here in the top of the third. That'll bring up number 16, Smith, as he steps into the box. Breaking ball. And that could be a double play. It is. Great job. Eli Suggs heads up play, makes the grab and the double play. And pickoff attempt to first. Did he get him? No, he got back in time. And he's going to say got him on the foot. So the third hit by pitch, bases loaded. That brings up number 34, Parker, to the plate. 2 away. That one misses high for a ball. 1-0's the count. That misses low, ball 2. That'll catch the inner half of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases juiced for Hilltop Christian with Angel at third, Hill at second, McCabe at first. Parker here in the box. That'll miss in the dirt, kick away. So pass ball, that's going to score another run as all runners advance. And Hilltop takes a 2-0 lead over the GCA Knights. On the wild pitch. Three balls, 1 strike on Parker. And the pitch home. Breaking ball, that'll hit back to the pitcher. Daniel comes up, fires to first, and they get the out. But not without damage being done. 2 left on base, 2 runners score. Hilltop takes the 2-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Knights baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back as we go to the bottom of the third. The Hilltop Christian takes a 2-0 lead over the Knights. Leading things off, number 4, Jackson Heath, your right fielder, as he steps into the box. This will be a righty-lefty matchup here, and Knights need to get the bats going here. First pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1-0's the count. Number 1, Mason Brown, awaits on deck. The 1-0 offer. Misses low for ball 2. Angel still towing the rubber for the Hilltop Christian. Hilltop Christian in the all-black uniforms. Knights in the black and white. That misses letter high for a ball. 3-0's the count. Hilltop with the right move, wearing all black. Absorb some of that sun, try to stay warm out here today. 3-0, looking for the ceremonial 3-0 strike 1. And there it is for ball 4. So he'll take a base on balls. That'll put a runner on first. That'll bring up number 9 batter, number 1, Mason Brown, as he'll step into the box. Looking to move a runner over, climb out of this small hole they found themselves in early on. Jackson with a good lead. Pitcher checks him. Pitch home. That'll miss high. Throw down from the catcher. Not in time, as Jackson has a stolen base, and that is ball 1. So that puts a Knight runner in scoring position for number 1, Mason, at the plate. One ball, no strikes. Jackson gets his lead. Shortstop checks in behind him. Pitcher takes a look. The 1-0. Shows bunt, puts it down to third base line. Nice bunt. And that'll put him on first. That puts runners on the corners. So runners on the corners, nobody out for number 2, a Braden Friend, as we go to the top of the lineup here for the Knights. Pickoff attempt over to first, not in time. So Mason makes it back. Braden steps back in from the right side. Righty-lefty matchup here. And Mason's gone on the pitch. In there for a strike. And he'll stand up at second. So 0-1 count on Braden. Braden steps back in. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. Good speed on the base pass. Solid base hit, would probably score 2. Off speed, misses inside. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike just below the letters. 1-2's the count. Braden steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-2 offer. Fouls it off to stay alive. Steps out of the box, shakes it off. He'll step back in. Chokes up on the bat. 2-strike approach here for number 2, Braden Friend. The 1-2. That'll miss high for a ball. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 offer. That misses low and away for ball 3. He's worked it from a 0-2 to a full count here. Full count, nobody out, 2 runners on. Heath and Brown both get their lead. The payoff pitch. A little blooper. That'll drop for a base hit. And not in time at first. That'll score one. And the Knights are on the board, 2-1 here with a single from Braden Friend. That's going to bring up number 10, the ever-dangerous Daniel Edwards as he steps in. He'll step in from the left side, so you'll have a righty-lefty matchup here. Again, speed on the base passes. You have Braden at first, Mason at third. Braden's got a good lead at first. Pitcher takes a look at him. And the pitch home. Ropes that into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Braden's going to go to third. That'll play to run, so an RBI single for Edwards. And we're all knotted up, 2-all. Still nobody out, and that'll bring up number 3, Ethan Parker, to the plate. So a new ball game here in Greenville at Greenville Christian Academy. Runners at third and first. You have Friend at third, Edwards at first. And that'll bring up number 3, Ethan Parker, the starting pitcher. Pickoff attempt over to first, not in time, as Edwards makes a diving safely back into first. Angel looks in, gets his sign. He comes set. Edwards is gone. He steps off. He might have him. He doesn't. And he's got Friend in a rundown here. And did he get the tag? Yes, he did. So that's a good play by the pitcher there. Gets Braden hung up on third for one away. Edwards still at second. So the go-ahead run at second base as Parker steps back in. He's still looking for his first pitch. Angel checks Edwards. Shortstop checks in behind him. Pitch home. That'll miss in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. That keeps Edwards from advancing. 1-0's the count. Smith checks in behind Edwards. Hold him on the bag. The 1-0. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angel looks in to Hill, his battery mate behind the plate, gets his sign. The 1-1. Off speed just misses for ball 2. 2-1's the count. Good eye by Parker at the plate. Number 11, your first baseman, Connor Dale, awaits on deck. Angel's got his sign. And the pitch. Edwards is gone. Strike. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base for Edwards. That'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a stolen base for Edwards. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away. And the pitch home. Ropes that one down the third base line. That's going to hang up in the wind until foul and out of play. And we are out of baseballs here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Edwards was there in the top of the, or bottom of the first, excuse me. Couldn't get across. That'll miss behind him. That'll bring the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Angel's got a sign. He comes set for the payoff pitch. And that one's roped down the third base line. He'll throw across the field to first. Get the out at first, but that'll play to run, so a RBI. And the Knights take their first lead of the game, 3-2 here in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up number 11, your first baseman, Connor Dale, as he'll step in from the right side of the plate. Another righty-righty matchup. Number 7, your third baseman, Alex Wood, awaits on deck. 2 away, nobody on. 3-2 your score. Pitch on. Ropes it down to third base line. That is a fair ball. And Connor's thinking too. And he steps off a second. So a stand-up double for Connor Dale as he keeps the bats rolling here in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up number 7, Alex Wood. Alex steps in. Dale at second. Second baseman McCabe holding him on. Righty-righty matchup this time. Pitch home. That'll miss high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. That evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike as the wind picks up here in Greenville. Staying about 12, 13 miles an hour. A cool 50 degrees out here at the ballpark. Connor gets his lead at second. McCabe holding him on. McCabe will bounce off here. Pitch home. That'll miss low and away for ball 2. 2-1 your count. Wood looking to push another GCA Knight across home plate here. Pitch home. That'll miss inside. 3-1's the count. Alex steps back in. Hitters count here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Runner in scoring position at second. McCabe for Hilltops holding Connor at second. McCabe bounces off the pitch home. Swings through that one. And that'll bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Payoff pitch. That'll miss inside. Connor takes off to his third. Did he get the tag on him? No, he did not. He slid under the tag. And a very nonchalant trot over to third. That puts runners on the corners for number 9, Gabe, as he'll step in. And Eli Suggs waiting on deck, 2 away as the hit party continues. Wood gets his lead at first. Angel takes a look at him. Pitch home. In there for a strike as Wood takes off to second. He'll reach on the defensive indifference. So that'll put 2 Knights in scoring position here. 3-2's your score in the bottom of the third. 2 outs, 0-1's the count. The 0-1 offer. Swings through that one for strike 2. Finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Angel's got his sign. He comes set, the 0-2 offer. And he swings through that one for strike 3. They leave 2 stranded. They push 3 across. 3-2's your score here in Greenville. We go to the top of the 4th. You're watching Knights baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back to Greenville. You're watching Knights baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We're getting ready to go back. We've got Daniel Edwards still towing the rubber here, and Ethan Parker behind the plate. Number 5 steps in for Hilltop Christian. He'll swing through for the first strike. And we're getting ready to bring in, we have a guest commentator with us, the coach for the Knights middle school team. As he swings through that one for strike 2, Coach Weaver is with us. Let me see if I can do this. Let's try this at home, everybody. Oh, there we go. All right, so a little picture-in-picture there. Welcome to the broadcast here. Is that Mrs. Lowen away for a ball? 1-2's the count.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this is your first year. You are, Coach Weaver is also the principal.
Yes, sir.
At
yes,
GCA.
Sir.
First year, right? First year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first year here. So that evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So you were the middle school boys basketball coach, too,
Correct.
as well.
Correct.
And y'all had a pretty decent season this year as well.
Oh, it was exciting just to watch how the guys grew throughout the season. Just improvement each and every day, and just to watch them really advance to the next level. It was really exciting to be a part of all that. So had a blast with them. Great group of guys there.
And he goes down looking for the first out, and Daniel will bring another strikeout in there. That'll bring up number 4 for Hilltop Christian as he steps in from the left side. That'll be McCabe as he steps in. So lefty-lefty matchup here. So you're taking the first year for the middle school baseball, and GCA hasn't had a middle school baseball team in a few years here.
Right, yeah, and you can kind of tell there's a little bit of difference in the talent level. Once again, a great group of guys willing to get out there and learn the game of baseball. So it's exciting. It's going to really help the program that we've got here at GCA in the long run. So I'm excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, so I think most of the games are pretty much together. We're all playing the same spot. So the middle school team will be streamed as well. I'm going to try to stream all those games. As that one misses on the outside, that brings the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're going to try to do that as well as much as possible. And I'm doing like 9 different things here, so just ignore me for those of you watching at home. Moving stuff around here. All right, so full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Edwards, and pops that down the third base line. That's going to drop foul, so he'll live to see another one. Do you have your lineup set? Y'all got your first game Friday.
We do.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, we do. I've got about 5 players that I know where they're going to go. But the rest of them are still kind of trying to figure that out still. But
kind of learning as you go.
Exactly.
At this point, especially for that first game, right?
Right, yeah. And it's going to be against a tough team in Wilson, so that's, they're always a good, tough competition. So.
And Edwards records his second strikeout, as that's out number 2. Nobody on here. That's going to bring up number 20. He's going to step in from the right side. So lefty-righty matchup this time. That'll be Sanders stepping into the box. 2 away, nobody on here in the top of the 4th. First pitch misses high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So what other sports are you going to be coaching? Are you sticking with baseball and basketball right now?
Well, I did help my wife with the middle school volleyball. But that's kind of her thing. I just like to spend time with my wife. So,
right.
But I don't know. We'll see how the future holds for us. Taking over the administrative position, that'll add a little bit extra weight to my plate. So, but I love sports, and I love the young people and being able to work with them, and just being able to connect with them through the sports. So that's one of my stress relievers, even though sports can be stressful.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those things that I enjoy doing. So
swings through that one for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th. And do you find that being with your new role as the principal, but also kind of taking on that administrative role as well, is that going to cut into your coaching time, or
it may? Yeah. yeah. So I hope I'm still able to do the basketball and baseball at least, because I just love those. Those are my top 2 sports. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
All right. Well, that is Coach Weaver, also Principal Weaver, with us here, watching the game alongside for the ride. You are watching the Two Dad Sports Network and Knights baseball here as the last batter, Sanders, strikes out, goes down swinging. 1, 2, 3, go the Hilltop Christian. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Knights baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back in to Greenville, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Knights with a one-run lead, 3-2 your score. Leading things off this half inning, number 14, Eli Suggs, steps into the box. He'll step in from the right side. Number 4, Jackson Heath, waits on deck. First pitch in, swing and a miss. Who's swinging for the fence on that one? 0-1's the count. Again, the Knights having to adjust to a little bit slower pitching here from Hilltop Christian, as Angel is still towing the rubber. And he'll foul that one off, and that'll make the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Eli looks down to Coach Craddock, gets his sign as he steps back into the box, finds himself in an 0-2 hole, looking to get on base here. Get something started here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch on. Just a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind still blowing, but has died down a little bit here in Greenville. The 1-2. That'll miss in the dirt. So he's worked from a 0-2 to a 2-2 count currently. And we thank Coach Weaver, Principal Weaver, for coming on and talking to us about the middle school team. They'll have their first game Friday afternoon. We'll have that one up here on the Two Dad Sports Network for you as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch on. That'll miss in the dirt. So again, he's worked from a 0-2 to a full count here. Jackson Heath, the on-deck batter, getting some work, and we're going to have time on the field. And Coach is going to go out and have a talk with his pitcher. And Angel's at 61 pitches so far. He's done a good job up to this point. He's got 61 pitches, 38 are strikes. He's faced 15 batters so far, only given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 errors, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Done a great job commanding the bump up there and managing the game so far. So we'll reset here. Nobody out. Suggs, the leadoff batter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As he steps back into the box, takes a breath. Angel looks in to heel behind the plate. His battery mate gets a sign, and he delivers. And that's going to miss for ball 4. So Eli Suggs will start things off with a walk. That'll put a Knight runner at first and then bring in number 4, Jackson Heath. Jackson's going to step in from the left side, so you've got 2 lefties back-to-back here. Jackson steps in. Angel will toe the rubber. Looks into Hill, gets a sign, checks Eli at first. He'll check him again, comes set. And the pitch home. A nice bunt by Jackson down the third base line. Good scoop. Angel throws to first, gets the out, but he moves the runner over to second. So a sacrifice bunt for Jackson Heath moves the runner into scoring position for number 1, Mason Brown. His last at bat, put one down the third base line as well. Mason steps in, 1 out, runner at second, shortstop holding him on. He'll bounce off, pitch in, that'll miss outside for a ball. 1-0's the count. Angel looks in, he's got his sign. Smith holding Eli at second. He'll bounce off. That'll miss high and outside for a ball. 2-0's the count. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch home. That misses high for ball 3. Mason with a hitter's count here. You got number 2, top of the lineup, Braden Friend, awaiting on deck. Brown sets back in. 3 balls, no strikes. Angel looking for the ceremonial 3-0 strike 1 here. See if he gets the green light. And that'll miss outside and put him on 4 straight balls. That puts runners at first and second with number 2, Braden Friend, stepping to the plate. Braden will step in from the right side, so we'll have a righty-righty matchup this time. Good speed on the base pass. As Angel toes the rubber again for the Hilltop Christian. McCabe comes over to hold Eli on. Pitch home. Ropes that one right over to second baseman. And everybody will move one spot, so that will load the bases on a base hit from Braden Friend and bring up your current pitcher, number 10, Daniel Edwards. Bottom of the fourth, bases juiced. Knights with a 3-2 lead over Hilltop Christian. As Edwards steps in from the left side, Angel looks to his battery mate Hill behind the plate. Eli Suggs at third, Mason Brown at second, Braden Friend at first. Big lead by Braden. Ball misses low and away. 1-0's the count on Edwards. No action going in the Hilltop bullpen. Angel's got his sign, the pitch home. Misses high, 2-0's the count. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Just catches the outside corner for a strike. Edwards taking all the way, waiting for that first strike there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch home. And healthy cut. Ball had a little tail to it as he swings through that one. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Number 3, Ethan Parker, your starting pitcher, awaits on deck. The 2-2. That misses outside. That brings the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bases juiced for the Knights. Angel comes set for the payoff pitch. And foul tipped. Just did miss that one. We'll live to do another one here. Angel steps behind the mound, walks back up, looks into Hill. He's got his sign. Another payoff pitch. That'll miss outside. And that's going to walk in a run. That'll make your score 4-2 Knights over Hilltop Christian here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 away. That'll bring up number 3, Ethan Parker, as all runners take 1 advancement. Parker steps in from the right side. He's 0 for 2 today. Pitch home. Pops it up, foul and out of play. That'll go over the third base line. 4-0, 1 count. Parker steps back in, bases juiced. Angel looks in, has got his sign, he comes set. The 0-1 offer. Swing and a miss. And Parker finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole here with 1 away. He steps back in. Angel shakes off his first sign. He likes his second. The 0-2 offer. That misses high. Breaking ball didn't break. 1-2's the count. The 1-2 from Angel. That'll miss in the dirt. Gets picked by the catcher. Keeps the runner at third. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. The 2-2. Just misses low and away. That'll bring the count full. Angel step off the back of the mound, take a breath. Looks into Hill. He's got a sign. Payoff pitch. Pops it up. Left fielder ranges back, but Smith will make the grab. Mason tags up. He's coming home. Throw home. Not in time. Runners will advance. So the sac fly scores a run. That'll make the score 5-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up number 11, the first baseman, Connor Dale. Braden moves to third. Daniel advances to second. So 2 runners still in scoring position for Connor. Connor's last at bat. We have time on the field. Connor's last at bat, he had a stand-up double. Looking to repeat that here. Number 7, Alex Wood, awaits on deck. Connor steps in. Runners get their lead. McCabe holds Edwards at second. Pitch home. That'll miss in the dirt. Good pick by the catcher there. 1-0's the count. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch home. Miss high, 2-0's the count. The 2-0. Drills that one to third. Third baseman comes up, fires to first, and gets the out. They leave 2 stranded. They push a couple more across. 5-2 your score. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Knights baseball here on the Two Dads Sports Network. All right, welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th. Knights with a 5-2 lead over the Hilltop Christian. Leading things off this half inning, your pitcher for Hilltop, Angel. He'll step in. Daniel Edwards towing the rubber. Parker still behind the plate. Woods at third. Braden's at short. Suggs is at second. Connors at first. Swing and a miss. 0-1's your count. Moving left to right. Jackson Heath's in left. Mason's in center. And Williams is in right. The 0-1 offer from Edwards. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Edwards, in between the innings after that first rough inning, when he came in, immediately went to the bullpen to get warmed up. And that's extremely hard to come out of center field, especially as cold as it is. Nice breaking ball, and that drops in there for a strikeout as Angel goes down looking. That'll bring up number 13 for Hilltop Christian. And apologize for you watching at home. I'm trying to get names from Game Changer. It's a little delayed here. So that'll be Walker. As Walker steps in from the right side. First pitch cuts across the plate for a strike. 0-1's the count. As Edwards has dialed in after hitting the bullpen and getting warmed up in between innings. Hits it down the first base line, but foul. And that'll make it a quick 0-2 count again. Those balls thrown back in. Again, as you can see on the screen here in Greenville, about a 13-mile-an-hour wind, 50 degrees. Pitch on. Breaking ball stays high. 1-2, 49 degrees here. I hope y'all are enjoying the heat in your living rooms. Breaking ball misses, drop third, so he'll have to take off. Throw down to first. And that'll kick away. So he'll reach on the drop third strike. So that'll put a runner at first with one away here. And number 23 steps up to the plate for Hilltop Christian. Pitch home. Swing and a miss for a strike. 23-year catcher for Hilltop Christian. The 0-1. Runner's gone, fouled off. That'll send the runner back to first, and that'll make a 0-2 count on Hill for Hilltop. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch home. Foul tipped. Count remains 0-2. Hill steps back in for Hilltop. No balls, 2 strikes. Edwards checks the runner at first, comes set, delivers, runner's gone. That's going to hit Hill, and that's going to put him on. So a hit by pitch puts the runners at first and second. That one just got away from Edwards on the inside. That's going to bring up number 16, Smith. The shortstop, I believe. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Time as we get a ball that's in play here off the field. Smith steps in, runners at first and second, 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Pitch home. That'll catch at the knees for a strike. 0-1's the count. Edwards toes the rubber. Looks into his battery mate Parker behind the plate, checks the runners at first and second, comes set and delivers. And that's a little blooper to second. Good scoop by Eli. He'll get the go-ahead run at first. Throw home, and they've got the runners in a pickle. Runs him back to third, throws, does not get him, but gets him back. So that will be Eli Suggs to Connor for out number 2. So with 2 away, that's going to bring up number 11, McCabe. Swings through that one for a strike. Hilltop threatening here in the top of the fifth with runners at second and third, 2 runners in scoring position. The 0-1 offer. And he gets a hold of that one. It's going to drop into right center. That's going to plate 1 run. Second run's coming around. Throw in 2 to plate. Not in time. And he's got a 2 RBI single. That one just kind of fell into no man's land. And Hilltop crawls back within 1, 5-4 your score here in the top of the fifth with 2 away. McCabe 1 for 2 on the day. That's going to bring up Parker, who's 0-1 on the day. Pitch home. Misses low for a ball. 1-0's the count. And the 1-0 offer. Foul tipped into the mid for a strike. 1-1. Hilltop Christian sticking around as they climb back into this one. Pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2's the count. Edwards looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at first. The 1-2. Runner's gone. And a base hit off the leg of Edwards, and that'll plate a run. They'll throw across the third. That puts runners on the corners. And I will unofficially call that a hit. I'm not the official scorekeeper here, but that'll put runners on the corners. Tying run is at third, 90 feet away. Go-ahead run for Hilltop Christian is at first. Number 5 steps up for Hilltop Christian. First pitch in. That misses high for a ball. 1-0's the count. That misses low, throw down, not in time. They'll throw back to the pitcher. And that runner will reach on defensive indifference. The 2-0, swing and a miss for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 offer. That'll miss low. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 offer. That'll sell high and put him on. The bases are juiced for Hilltop Christian with number 1 stepping up to the plate. Man, we have time. And we're going to have time. We're going to have a pitching change here. That's going to bring in number 14, Eli Suggs, will come toe the rubber. And while we have a minute, that will end the day for Daniel Edwards. He's got 2 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, no errors, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So we'll step aside as Eli gets some warm-up tosses in. We'll be back with you. You're watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back as we get back to it here. New pitcher in for the GCA Knights, number 14, Eli Suggs. Eli steps to the rubber. That'll move Mason back to second, Daniel to center. First pitch in from Eli, in there for a strike. Hilltop Christian has the bases juiced here with 2 outs. Tying run 90 feet away. The 0-1 from Suggs. In there for strike 2. Always tough to come in with bases juiced to try to get that third out. The 0-2 misses just low. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Pitch home. In there for strike 3. They leave 3 stranded. They push 2 across. 5-4 your score here in the bottom of the 5th. In the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dads Sports Network. All right, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Hilltop trails by 1, 5-4 your score. Lead things off this half inning is number 7, your third baseman, Alec Wood, as he'll step in from the right side, excuse me. New pitcher in for Hilltop Christian, number 16, Jay Smith, toes the rubber. His first pitch fouled off by Wood for a strike. 0-1's the count. Angel will finish his day. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 errors, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. They'll say that got him on the chest for a hit by pitch. And that'll put the leadoff batter at first to become the leadoff runner. That'll bring up number 9, Gabe, as he steps in from the right. I'm sorry, we have a new batter here. As this will be number 5, Jonathan Williams, in there for a strike. Wood gets his lead at first. And a rope to shortstop. He'll bobble the ball, and Williams is on the bag. He'll reach on an error. That'll put runners at first and second. Nobody out for number 14, Eli Suggs. Wood and Williams get their leads. Eli shows bunt and puts down a bunt, but just rolls foul. That'll send all the runners back, and that'll send Eli back to the box. 0-1's the count. Pretty bunt if it would have stayed fair. Eli looks down to Coach Craddy on the third base line, gets his sign as he steps it back into the box with a 0-1 count. Smith checks the runner, pitches home, pops it foul and out of play. And Eli will find himself in an 0-2 hole. Suggs steps back in. Smith looks in to Hill behind the plate, gets his sign. He comes set. The 0-2 offer. Ropes it down the third base line. That could be trouble off the glove of the third baseman. He's going to try to get Eli. Will not make it in time. All runners hold. So he'll reach on an error. That'll put the bases loaded here in the bottom of the fifth with number 4, Jackson Heath, stepping up to the plate. Jackson will step up from the left side. This will be a righty-lefty matchup here. As Smith comes set, checks the runner at third, pitch home. Jackson goes down for it, and that's going to have to send everybody back. And everybody makes it back safely. Third down to second wasn't in time as Williams made it back to the bag. Ball kicked away from Hill, but he did a great job staying in front of it, or keeping it in front of him, I should say. Heath steps back in. 0-1's the count. Smith comes set, delivers. That'll miss low and away for a ball. 1-1's the count. Number 1, Mason Brown awaits on deck. And time on the field as I have Coach come out and have a meeting with his pitcher and infielders. They've got bases juiced here, nobody out in the bottom of the fifth, trying to hold the Knights to no more damage here. Jackson Heath at the plate with 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. After a quick meeting of the minds, we're about ready to get back to it. Coach Craddy will come down and have a talk with his batter. And we are back to it. Bases juiced. Wood at third, Williams at second, Suggs at first, Jackson at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Smith comes set, the 1-1. And he reached for that, and Wood came down and got the tag. So that looked like a planned bunt, and the runner was on. He just couldn't get the bunt down. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second now. Pitch home. That'll miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Knights being aggressive on the base pass here, trying to maintain that lead. The 2-2 offer. Drills that one right over the second baseman's head. They're going to wave Williams around. Suggs goes to third, and that puts runners on the corners. So RBI single for Jackson, and the Knights increase their lead 6-4. Runners on the corner, Suggs at third, Heath at first, and that'll bring up the number 9 batter, number 1, Mason Brown. He'll step in from the left side. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup here. And the pitch home. Breaking ball misses high. Jackson will take off to second. He'll reach on the defensive indifference. 1-0 to count. So 2 Knights in scoring position with Suggs and Heath at third and second respectively. The 1-0. And foul tipped into the mitt. That'll even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mason steps back in. And the 1-1. That'll miss high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the lineup, number 2, Braden Friend awaits on deck. The 2-1. And he fouled ball 3 off, and he knew it too. That'll even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch home. Drills that one into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Nobody covering first. That'll plate a run. Jackson's coming around. They're going to send him, so a 2-run RBI from Mason Brown. And that will increase the Knights' score. 8-4 here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 away. So we go to the top of the lineup. Number 2, Braden Friend steps into the box. He'll step in from the right side. This will be a righty-righty matchup here. And we'll see how aggressive they're going to get on the base pass here with Mason. Got speed at first. Mason's gone. Pitch up high, throw down to second. And Mason made that look a lot closer than it actually was. One oh's the count. Mason's trying to. Don't know what that was. All right, 1 ball, no strike, pitch home. Rope down the third base line in the glove of the third baseman. That'll keep Mason at second, and a single by Braden puts runners at first and second. 1 away still with number 10, the dangerous Daniel Edwards, stepping back into the box. He'll step in from the left side. Righty-lefty matchup here. That'll miss outside. Braden telling Mason to get wide. Nobody's holding him on. Shortstop checks in behind him. Pitch home. That'll miss high. 2-0's the count. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That misses low and away. 3-0's the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Smith comes set. The 3-0 offer. Gets him swinging. That'll kick away. And Mason is not paying attention today. I don't know what he's doing. So that moves runners at second and third on the pass ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 offer. Pitch home. That'll miss. 4-4 and put Daniel on first, so that'll juice the bases. For number 3, Ethan Parker. Brown will be at third. Friend is at second, and Edwards moves to first. Parker steps up with bases loaded. 8-4 your score here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 away. Smith checks the runner at third, comes set. That'll miss high for a ball. 1-0's the count. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Let her high. That'll even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 offer. Foul tipped. That'll get a piece of the umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cold day to catch one on the hand. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, bases loaded. Parker steps back in. First baseman, number 11, Connor Dale, awaits on deck. The pitch from Smith misses high. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. That'll miss high again. That brings the count full. Payoff pitch. Misses high. That's going to walk in a run. That'll make your score 9-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. And that will bring up number 11, Connor Dale. And we will have looks like a pitching change here for Hilltop Christian. So pitch and change here for Hilltop Christian. We'll step aside while he gets his warm-up tosses in. You're watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back as we reset bottom of the 5th, 9-4 your score. Bases are loaded. Yeah, Friend at third, Edwards at second, Parker at first. New pitcher in for Hilltop Christian is number 13, Walker, with Connor Dial stepping into the plate. That'll miss high for a ball. I was informed that the last name is Dial, but it's misspelled on my app I have, so I will fix that later. 1-0 to Connor. That'll miss inside for a ball. Dad tells him to wear it. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 offer. That'll miss high. 3-0's the count. Number 7, the third baseman, Alex Wood, who waits on deck. Connor showing bunt. He'll pull back. That'll be in there for the ceremonial. 3-0 strike one. The 3-1 from Walker. Ropes it down to third base line, but that's going to go foul and out of play. So that's going to bring the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes, full count, payoff pitch coming down the pipe. And pops it up. Second baseman, Cash, says he's got it. It'll go right over his head. They'll throw to second, get the force at second, but he'll play to run. So the infield fly was not called. All right, they didn't call the infield fly there. 2 outs, runner scores, 10-4 your score. That'll bring up number 7. Number 7, Alex Wood, steps up to the plate. Pitch home. In there for a strike, let her high. 0-1's the count. The 0-1 from Walker. That misses high. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on the corner. Pitch home. Dial takes off, and he'll reach second on the defensive indifference as that one misses for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Connors at second. Daniels at third. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-1. Ball misses high. 3-1's the count. Number 5, Jonathan Williams awaits on deck. And the 3-1. Strike at the top of the strike zone. That brings the count full. Alex will step back in. And the pitch home. And that'll be ball 4. So bases are juiced once again. And number 5, Jonathan Williams, steps into the box. He'll step in from the right side. A righty-righty matchup once again. That'll miss low for a ball. 1-0's the count. Knights playing with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. 10-4 your score. The 1-0. And that's going to catch him. So a hit by pitch will bring in a run. That'll make the score 11-4. And that's going to bring up number 14, Eli Suggs. Eli steps into the back of the box. Parker comes set. Pitch home. That'll miss high. 1-0's the count. The 1-0 from Parker. Tap down the third base line. Third baseman will bobble the ball, so he's going to reach on an error. And that'll play another run as Connor comes across. 12-4 your score. That's going to bring up number 4, Jackson Heath. Base is still juiced for the Knights. And the Knights have batted around here. Jackson steps in. Runners get their leads. Pitch home. And ropes that one right to the first baseman. He bobbles it, and that'll play to run. So he'll reach on an error. 13-4 your score. Bases still loaded. 2 away. That's going to bring up number 1, Mason Brown. I think he's back to playing second base. I don't know where he's at. He's been in a couple different places today. He'll step in from the left side. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses high for a ball. 1-0's the count. Top of the lineup, number 2, Braden Friend awaits on deck. Mason 2 for 2 today. And the pitch home. That'll miss high. 2-0's the count. The 2-0. That'll miss high for ball 3. Pops out of the catcher's glove. Stays in front of him. Nobody advances. 3 balls, no strikes. Walker looking for the ceremonial 3-0 strike one here. And the pitch home. That'll put him on. That'll walk in another run. And that'll be your ball game. So the final walk to Mason brings in the number 10 score here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll end your ball game, a 10-run rule. Knights against Hilltop Christian. Again, playing in Greenville today has had some field condition issues in Fuquay Arena. That will be your ball game. Knights put up 14. 14-4 is your score here in the final over the Hilltop Christian School. 49 degrees and a brisk 13-mile-an-hour wind. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks for following along. I'm Coach Chris. You've been watching Knights Baseball on the Two Dads Sports Network.